distinguished guests, brothers and sisters of the great Anlo state. It is both an honor and a deep responsibility to stand before you today as chair of this august occasion, as we celebrate the silver jubilee of our distinguished Abatata, Togbi Agbasu Awusu II. Today is more than a celebration but a reflection, a call to unity, and a vision for the future. In our early wisdom, we say, Agbalamadadoku, I made that to meet. A farm does not cultivate itself. It is the people who till the land. So it is with a kingdom. It is not the stew that will make us great, but the people who rally behind the stew, guided by wise leadership. For 25 years, Toby Apadada has carried his mantle with honor, discipline, and vision. He has defended our heritage, kept the dignity of the Taka stew intact, and upheld the pride of the Anlo people. History will remember this era as one that gave us strength to tradition while preparing the way for renewal. We must celebrate this not lightly, but with the full knowledge that leadership lasts is long, remains unshaken is a rare gift. Yet as we celebrate, we must also ask ourselves, what is the way forward for the Anlo state? What will define the next 25 years? In the old days, our father carried a shield and spear to protect our land. He was a warlord who led when the survival of our people was at stake. But today, our enemy of the state is no longer a rival camp or an advancing enemy. It is poverty, it is underdevelopment, it is the loss of opportunity for our youth. It is the disunity that sometimes weakens our voice as chiefs and as people. If our ancestors fought with spears, today we must fight with unity, with education, with enterprise, and with vision. Tobio, we cannot deny the reality before us. Among the 36 states of Anlo, there are often two petty conflicts, rivalries, and misunderstandings. Our communities with divided hands cannot lift a heavy load. When our chiefs pull in different directions, when the wisdom of our elders is drowned by dispute, the people suffer. So I agree with you, Tobi Apadada, the new role as the warlord of old should now be a warlord of peace and unity among our chiefs and elders. And I am particularly hopeful as your son that you shall deliver as always. Let this anniversary mark the beginning of a new covenant among our chiefs, our forerunners, our people, to stand as one Anlo, not as fragmented localities, not at all. Togio Mamao, our battlefields have changed. Today, the enemies we face are poor infrastructure, schools without enough teachers, books, health facilities that lack basic equipment, roads that remain uncompleted, and above all, the rising challenge of youth unemployment. The young people of Anlo State, full of energy and ideas, often find themselves stranded without support or opportunity. If we do not invest in them, we risk not only their future, but the survival of our tradition. For a stool without people to uphold becomes an empty stool. Ladies and gentlemen, we must learn from the examples around us. Even in the poorest of our towns, when it comes to building a church, you will see unity, sacrifice, and ambition. The churches stand as testimonies that even poor communities can achieve great things when they have a common purpose. It is not a song that finds the drum, it is the drum that calls for the song. In the same way, when there is unity of purpose, the people rise and accomplish what may seem impossible. If our communities can put up fine church buildings, why can we not apply the same unity and commitment to build strong schools, reliable clinics, and enduring enterprises for our people. Togyo, I bring to you another task to lead this new awakening. Let us not be remembered for excellent disputes among land or succession while our young people cry for jobs and our villages remain underdeveloped. Let us instead be remembered for uniting to build. When the chiefs of Anlo rise, when the 36 states act not in competition but in cooperation, we will command respect and attract the investments and partnerships we need. Ladies and gentlemen, it is here that we must also speak of the youth. The greatest responsibility of leadership is not only to preserve the past, but to prepare the future. Our youth are not a burden. They are our greatest resource, but they must be guided, trained, and empowered. We need to invest in modern education that does not only prepare them for white-collar jobs, but equip them with skills to be creators of jobs. Agriculture, which is the backbone of our region, must be modernized so that young people see it not as a dead end, but as a field of innovation and profit. Myself, as a young man who is into rice farming, with about 300 acres of rice production across the Volta region, I know the challenges, and this is where we need to come together to pursue a common industrialized agenda that can feature into government's agriculture programs like the Feed Ghana. We also need to support government's agrinews program and release our lands for government for high-level farming. The benefits of the day comes to us. WO, vocational centers and mentorship structures that connect our youth to opportunity. Let us not wait for government alone. Let us partner with the private sector into a PPP model to move the Anlo forward. The Volta region is open for industrialization under the able hands of the president and the regional minister, and this is not only time to have our hands. The Apadada's 25 years of leadership must inspire a new vision for development. The wars of our ancestors gave us land, dignity, and survival. The war of today must give us unity, progress, and a future for our children. Pride alone cannot put food on the table. Resilience alone cannot give jobs to our youth. We must convert our strength into progress. We must take our unity and channel it into visible development. Let the next 25 years of the Apadada's leadership be remembered not for only preserving the Anlo identity, but for lifting Anlo to new heights of development and prosperity. I challenge the Apadada respectfully, humbly, and our chiefs and all gathered here. Let us set measurable goals for ourselves. Let every community in Anlo have at least one strong vocational center within the next decade. Let every major town have a clinic that is well equipped. Let us invest in scholarships, in training, and in modern farming. Let us leave behind a legacy of roads, schools, and enterprises that will tell future generations that this was the era when Anlo rose again, united, strong, and visionary. And these are the things, as a young political leader of our region, would advocate for, either rain or shine, respectfully. As for the chair of this celebration, I say to you, yes, I accept to chair this very, very function. Let us not wait this moment. The future is calling us, and I will not wait. Our enemies are strong, but they are enemies we can defeat if we stand together. Poverty can be defeated. Unemployment can be defeated. Division can also be defeated. Just as our ancestors defeated their enemies with courage and sacrifice, so we, if we are united. In closing, let me remind us all gathered here again that we are one people. Our destinies cannot be separated. Let us honor the Apadada not only with words but with proper action. Let us celebrate him not with dance and music but with a renewed vow to build. The Anlo state has no war to fight against any tribe, not at all. Our only war is against the enemies of poverty, underdevelopment, disunity, and hopelessness. And this war, united, will win. May the spirit of unity guide us. May the wisdom of our elders strengthen us. May the courage of our youth carry us forward, and may the next 25 years of our daughter's reign be remembered as the season when Anlo State rose up again to preserve its path and shape a brighter future. Miawizo, akpana mila bobu nyanyama.